questions? Okay, so I think you all were probably expecting Tiffany Taylor, makeup artist to the stars, but you got me instead. So, okay, I just had a little sweat there, but okay. So no, I'm not a makeup artist. Do you guys need me to wait? Oh, we're good. Okay. So I am not a makeup artist. I'm just like you guys, who is just a consultant, and I'm passionate about skincare. I'm passionate about making people feel good about themselves, being, just making women feel good about themselves, making teens feel good about themselves. I love going to teen mineral makeup, intro to mineral makeup, and teen acne face care shows, and helping establish those teenage girls who are just stepping into that makeup world, and showing them that they can take care of their skin early and what not to do to their skin. Gosh, if somebody had shown that to me back when I was, a long time ago, I would have done things so much differently. So we can impact that group, and we can show them how to properly and conservatively put on makeup and introduce them to how to take care of their skin. They're going to listen to you a whole lot better than they're going to listen to their mother. It's just a fact. I have a 12-year-old little girl. And because she's involved in Jordan Essentials, she pretty much thinks she knows everything there is to know about skincare, which is great because, she knows how to take care of her skin at that age. So, but sometimes she tells me how to do it, which is fine. So I'm not gonna probably shoot off any fireworks here for anybody today. So if you guys are really looking for this big wow, it may not be here. But I'm going to just share with you what I share with my guests at my shows. I sell a lot of face care kits. I sell a lot of face care products. And I sell a lot of mineral makeup at my makeup shows, even though I'm not a makeup artist. So that's, without further ado, that's what we're going to do today. Does anybody have any questions really quick? No? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just tell you, for some of you, because I do see some very unfamiliar faces, which is great because that means this is your first time here. I do see some familiar faces too, but I love that we have a room full of people that, a lot of people in here that we don't know, or that I don't know, or have never seen. So yay, thanks for being at convention. That's great. So if you don't know me, if you don't know my story, I started with Jordan Essentials 5 years ago. Because I had chronic facial dermatitis, and I was on prescription medications twice daily, tetracycline every 3 months. It was not good on my system. Didn't know that back then, know that now, would have done things a lot differently. But I worked in chicken houses. That was my full-time job. I was a breeder manager for Tyson Foods, and so I had to wear a latex mask almost every day inside the chicken houses, and I got a bacterial skin infection basically. I was on prescription medications for 2 full years, and they were not doing a thing but wrecking my internal system. So I was at a vendor event, got a lotion bar from a gal. She gave me some samples of the face care system and said, take these home, you got to try it. I really think that'll clear up your skin. I'm like, yeah, well, nothing else has, so why not? I had a whole shelf full of things that had not worked for me. Took our premier set home, which it's changed a lot from 5 years ago to, well, actually 6 years ago till now. But for $75, you could get this kit, and you didn't have any choices back then. It was just one. But it lasted me 10 full months, and for $75, that was a steal compared to everything that I had already spent money on, prescription and non. So took it home, tried it for about a week, was so excited when my dermatitis started to clear up. And I thought, wow, maybe this is something. And so had my husband buy it for me because it was Mother's Day, so I didn't feel guilty about spending more money on face care. So they did, and within a month, my chronic facial dermatitis was gone. I started using more and more Jordan Essentials products. My consultant said, you need to sign up and do this for yourself. And I said, fine, but I'm not doing it for the business part of it. And here I am. So. Long story short, I love Jordan Essentials. I am passionate about face care because I have been in those shoes, and I know that it is very, very difficult It's hard on your self-esteem when you have skin problems, especially on your face, because women want to feel good about themselves. I couldn't wear makeup for 2 years, and so that was pretty devastating at 30-something to not be able to wear makeup. So, did anybody attend the spring U this year? So did you guys see the training that I did then? Okay, so some of you have been there, some of you have not. So some of you do have handouts from that. But if you do not have the full face care handout, this is kind of what it looked like back then. I don't know if, okay. Who does not have this handout? Wow. Okay. So that's a good thing because you have not done this yet. So that's great. Okay.
It's in the learning lab.
It is, well, yes. I think it is in the, yes, no, it is not. It is on the Facebook page, the Facebook community consultant page. Donna Kundi is going to go, she's going to hand out your handouts, and it will tell you where it is at in the Facebook consultant community. So if nobody is, if there's somebody in here that is not on Facebook, please let me know. I'll get your email address and I'll get it emailed to you, okay? So Nancy today said that for our catalogs, we do not have to be an expert on all the products. Okay, so I went, okay, I kind of had to take a breath because I am an ingredient person, okay? That's me. Tammy Bechtel is not. She says, tell the story, get out of there, and go on. So I was having like withdrawals when Nancy was telling me this up there today, but you know, she's right, and so is Tammy. If we want to build this business and we want to bring people in, we have to make it look easy. And not everybody is an ingredient person. That's just my personal hobby now. It's just my personal hobby now. So don't come to my first couple shows like after this because it's going to be very difficult for me to get out of that mode. But with the new catalog, it's going to be so easy to do that because you have the catalog. It's your script. So what has everybody had a chance to look at your catalog? Because they're beautiful. Beautiful, easy to do a show. It's going to be so simple for anybody. I loved whoever said, if you can read the catalog, you can do this business. Because truly and honestly, you can. So everybody in this room needs to recruit 3 people within your next month. Okay? All right. So, 2 face care. Are you two back? Oh, I thought you two were back there laughing at each other. I'm like, okay, look, the competition is done right now. Oh, okay, no. It's okay. You know 3 people that can read, so you're all good. Okay, so go to the Facebook consultant community, go to files, scroll down to Face Care Spring Launch Training PDF, and download or print that. Does anybody have, or who has the acne face care steps that are in the Jordan Essentials University? Do you guys have that? Okay, that would be another really helpful thing to just kind of have on hand in case somebody does have questions, because you are the expert. You are the people that you're the one that your guests are going to come to answer those questions. So although you're not going to stand up at the show and actually say what the ingredients are and why it works and blah 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 blah, if somebody asks you, you know, my son has mild or moderate acne, what would you recommend? That acne face care, I used to handwrite this out for everybody. Till last year. And then I finally just made a little list. Minor acne, moderate acne, severe acne. And I just put on there exactly what products you need and how to use each one of them. So if I have somebody come to me or ask me at a show, you know, my son has moderate acne, what do I need to do? What kit do I need to choose for them? You're going to pull out your handy dandy little acne sheet and it's all right there on there for you. The other thing that I do is if I hand out samples of our products for acne, I'm going to give this sheet to anybody I hand samples out to. It's much easier than them getting it home and looking at it and going, well, they didn't really give me instructions. I don't know how to use it. I'm just going to leave it set on the counter. Because that's what happens. So just have this handy all the time. I carry these in my little office to go. So that I have them handy all the time. And then anybody who orders an acne treatment set from me, I also include that in their bag with their products. So just a really good, handy little thing to have. Again, the face care training sheet that you guys can get off of Facebook. This is just another really handy thing to have with you at the show in case somebody does come to you and ask you, why does that product work? Or what are the ingredients in that product? Or how come that's so effective? This is a great little reference guide. You won't have to go to the website and look anything up. You can just grab this guide and you'll be able to tell them, why that product works or why you use that product for a specific skin issue. Okay, so have that on hand as well. And again, you don't have to go over that at your shows, obviously, Tammy. Okay, I did actually meet with a makeup artist yesterday, or the day before I left, because I felt like I needed to have some makeup tips that were professional for you guys. Because I'm not a makeup artist, but I figured that that would probably be good for me as a consultant too, and I'm sure that one of you knows somebody who is a makeup artist. Chances are, get with them and just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm working for this company, and I'm going to be telling people at my shows how to apply mineral makeup. Can you just give me maybe just your top 10 tips on how your most important things that you would want me to know if you were telling me to apply mineral makeup." She was so great. She kept it very simple. It was not detailed. It was just very kind of generalities, but it works. So one of the things she said, when you're applying skincare, which means any of our face care products, you want to sweep up the face and the neck when you apply that. I had no idea. I didn't know that.
Cleaning is up and moisturizing is down.
Okay, so see, it has all to do with the facial hairs. Yeah. So I did not know that. So that was a great little tip for me. You guys interject anything at any time you feel necessary, because I can learn from you guys. With the brushes, but this is face care. Like with the face care. Yes, you always go up with the face care, and she said you always go down with the makeup. I didn't know that. Because that keeps what's that?
Makeup too?
Yes, makeup and moisturizer and makeup, because you always
Moisturizer on is always down.
down. Yep, to keep the hairs. I guess to keep the hairs down. So didn't know that.
We've actually pushed them up to get up underneath them to get the dirt out of the pores that are under the facial hair. And you got to push them back down. So they're not.
Perfect. And so see, I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Okay, so on to mineral makeup. This gal that I met with, she actually was over prescriptives. She was over the whole St. Louis region for prescriptives, which was basically at the Macy's counters. She was the regional trainer for all people who came in. She was the one that trained all the makeup artists that grab you when you go by and they put your makeup on. So she was very, very, very knowledgeable. So now that we have a clean, buffed, moisturized palette, now we can move on to minerals. Just really quick, I do want to go over what I take to my face care shows, because are you guys wondering at all about that? Okay, because if you're not, I'll just skip it. So what I do when I do a face care show, obviously, we do all the pre-stuff that she told you about in the catalog. And then you're going to have your Viva paper towels, a headband. Everything I buy comes from Dollar Tree. Sometimes I can't find Viva paper towels at Dollar Tree, but you can find paper towels. Viva are they're thicker. They feel more like a washcloth. So that's really good. Elastic headbands, you can get a whole pack of them at Dollar Tree for $1. Cotton rounds, same thing, $1. I give every guest 2 of them, basically. Mirrors, Dollar Tree. They know me in Dollar Tree. They know me well. Brushes, Dollar Tree or Dollar General. You can just wash them with your gentle cleanser after you're done. Take them home, wash them with your gentle cleanser really, really well. You can also put a little bit of tea tree. Some people are allergic to tea tree, so you don't want to use that. But I always do it in the wash portion of that, so that when you're rinsing it out, you can rinse it out really well. And then I also spray it with toner mist after I'm done, because the witch hazel will actually kill any bacteria that's left in the brush. And then when they get nasty and the little things break, because they do, and sometimes I just throw them in the dryer and fluff them up after they're, just to dry them, because it fluffs the bristles out of them. And so when they're done, I just, throw them in the trash and buy new ones. They're $1. Spatulas, you want spatulas for everybody. And then I got these cute little face care bowls at Dollar Tree. And they do have some super cute ones in there right now. These were like 6 years ago. But they have some super cute ones in Dollar Tree right now that are kind of that green from our, they're like a see-through green. So they're super cute if you guys want to try to go to your Dollar Tree right now and find some. I would have a minimum of at least 10 at your show, because you want 10 people in the door at every show. So you have that at your face care shows as far as product goes. If you can't, as many of the face care products as you can, but if you can't do that, then samples are fine. We have samples in the gentle cleanser, the serums, but the lip exfoliant and the lip butter come in your kit. But some of the other things, you can definitely conduct an entire face care show with your samples, okay? So don't get too, uptight about not having an entire face care system, at your show if you can't do that right now. It'd be really great, though, if you, with one of your bonuses that you got, one of your product bonuses, after completing the Success Rocket or whatever, that's a good thing to tell your new sponsors when they come in. Use the Success Rocket or the Smart Start money to purchase those add-on kits so that they're ready to go when a face care show or mineral makeup show comes up. So we've got the bowls, cotton rounds, samples, spatulas, Premier face care kit, and then if there's any way for you to get an acne face care kit, that's really good, because so many people suffer with acne at your shows that it'd be really good to have a bar there. And basically what I do, I have an old like Pampered Chef, it's a lettuce chopper, and I think that's what they use at home office too to cut those samples. It looks like the same thing. And I just kind of get a clean paper plate and then just kind of slice off just the little samples that they can use, and then they can just take those home. I usually get the little snack bags from Dollar Tree, and I just give them a little snack bag to take their little oatmeal milk and honey soap home with. Acne treatment gel, acne moisturizer, and then these are the little face care steps that come, and mineral makeup steps that come in the face care, and I think they come with the mineral makeup kits too. Do they? I haven't ordered one for a while, but I think they do. So these are just kind of nice to kind of have setting on the table, so that if somebody just like is confused on what step they are supposed to be at, they can just look at these. So we've got that. So that's stopping at the face care show. What I usually do, everybody does a hand spa as soon as they come in, and then I have these individual things set up at the tables, the mirrors, their headband, a couple of paper towels, and then I put one of the face care sheets. These are in your products and sales tools. These are really handy to have at your face care and mineral makeup shows. So I have one tore off and set by each person's little station. That way they know which exfoliant they used, which mask they used, which moisturizer they used, and which serum they used. And then they can just take that home with them. So when they reorder, hopefully they won't have any questions. Same thing on the back. Do you guys all have these? Do you know how to use these? And then they have the minerals on the back. You're not going to do 2 shows in one booking, but they're very nice to have on hand. Okay, so basically I just give them we do the hand spa, and then I fill up their bowl. They take it back to their station, usually at the kitchen table, and a lot of times I will cover the kitchen table with like a plastic shower curtain, so that we don't want to damage anybody, some of the tables, people have. You don't want to damage any of the tables, so usually I'll put a shower curtain over there so that we don't damage anything. And then you're just going to take them step by step through each of the products. Now, if we want to stay, I don't have any idea. You guys tell me. Do we want to stay to 5 steps with that? With a face care show? 5 treatments? Gloria, Tammy? I don't know how you would.
I wouldn't.
Because I'm thinking they pretty much need to experience everything in the face care line. Yeah. So. Yeah. So eye makeup remover, I offer that to some people if they do an eye makeup remover already, just because ours is so good. And they could just do that on the cotton round. So then I come around and I just give them a very small squirt of the gentle cleanser, or I will put it in the mini soap saver and give them a little squirt of that. At that point, after they take the gentle cleanser off, I will usually I will have them do the lip exfoliant at that time. Okay, I'll just take a little spatula and go and kind of put it out on everybody's finger. And then I'll have them leave that on until we do either the spa polish or the gentle exfoliant. And then, so they do the gentle exfoliant or the spa polish, they go ahead and rinse that off, and this is at the point where they're taking pictures because they're dunking their faces in the bowls, and it's one of the funnest shows that I do because everybody's just making fun of each other because they look crazy. No.
You not give them like a washcloth or anything to clean their face off with? What do you do?
Just the cotton rounds. And what I typically do is I put 2 at each station before they start, and then I just have it sitting in the middle of the table so that they can grab more as they need them, because 2 is usually not enough for some people. And a lot of people will just ask me for extra Viva paper towels. Now, if you guys want to use face washcloths, you can do that. Just be sure that you do not wash them in anything except free and clear, because some people are very, very allergic to laundry detergent. And I did have one gal, I didn't know that, but my very first face care show, I did have some gal break out completely because she was allergic to laundry detergent, and I didn't know that. So if you're going to do that, just be sure to wash everything in free and clear.
Do you bleach it?
Uh-uh.
Tracey,
No.
you can, over at the dollar store, you can get the antibacterial cloths.
Uh-huh.
And you can use those, and then when you're done, you can just wash them in hot water. You don't even have to use soap.
Oh, okay.
Throw them in your washer with hot water, and if you do use any kind of detergent, it's got to be a very mild, clear detergent. So and then throw them in your dryer and then recharge.
Okay. I'll have to look for that next time I... Okay. Awesome. Okay, so then we do the spa polish. I used to do the detoxifying clay mask. I don't do that anymore. I do the alpha. And sometimes what I'll do, it depends on the group of girls, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll have them do half of the detoxifying clay mask and half on the alpha. It just kind of depends on my group. If it's a younger group, I pretty much just skip the berry mask because most of them don't buy it anyway because they're young and they don't really, they don't really need it. The detoxifying clay mask, I think everybody pretty much needs to, experience at least a little bit of that. I don't leave it on the full 10 minutes. I'll usually set my timer for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they take it off from there.
Tracey,
Mm-hmm.
for active people, you don't use a clay mask?
Oh yeah, for acne people, yes. And at the very beginning of the show, I basically have people just give me a show hands. Are you sensitive skin? Are you normal, oily? So I kind of have an idea of what products I'm going to take around to what people. And you're just going to have to kind of adapt as you go through the show as far as what people's needs are. So yeah, that's a good question. And then we also have the complexion bar for sensitive skin people. It's just the pure glycerin and oatmeal soap, basically. So then I come around after we've done the masks, and I will do the toner mist on everybody. One tip, do not put the tea tree in your toner mist that you're going to use at your shows, because some people are very allergic to tea tree, so you don't want to do that. And I just come around, I tell them, purse your lips, hold your breath, close your eyes, and I just give them a squirt or 2. Sometimes I don't hit them right away with one, so I have to do another squirt. And then I will give them the moisturizer. I usually have a Deep Daily with Shea and also a regular moisturizer there. I just, tell them which one. If they have acne, we will put on the acne treatment gel and then the acne moisturizer at that point. And then we will do the lip butter. I'll just spatula out a little bit and give it to everybody. And then we'll go on to at least one serum. Totally up to you what you want to do. I do all three. But again, one serum just to let them, get the experience. Obviously, I do the Time Rewind eye cream now, or eye gel now. But typically, I would do the age defying serum because it's a good makeup primer. And when people hear that it's kind of a dual thing, reduces wrinkles and good eye makeup primer or makeup primer, then you're good to go. That's something that they're gonna.
Do you buy full-size products and then just use those, or do you buy, okay, and just, that goes farther than using the samples?
Yeah. I mean, that's, and it's commissionable, yes.
The other question is, if you were just starting to do those, and you're like on a budget, which skincare line, because obviously you couldn't probably, if you're a new consultant,
Right.
you couldn't buy every single one of those, every single moisturizer. Which one would you?
If budget is really tight, hold another show.
I'm asking because if I sign people up
Yes.
today,
And that's,
what they're going to ask me, and I want to know.
and truly, she does give a price break on the add-on kits when you do sign up. So I do try to encourage, if somebody is able to do that, I do encourage them to purchase the add-on kits because they are a little bit cheaper. But the normal face care system is going to cover your average base of people. So that is what I recommend to most of new consultants. But then the second thing I would definitely have would be the acne, the basic acne, because that would be my second. Would you guys not agree with that? Probably.
Well, I would carry a couple of acne pieces, but I just do the normal, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the general cleanser on everybody, and if somebody's oily, I'd say you would probably need these. So.
Yeah.
And that's a good incentive to encourage a $400 show, because if they have a $400 show, then
They can get that half price, yeah. Uh-huh, yeah. So, all very good tips. At this time, then I would probably do the caffeine eye gel. I am a lover of our caffeine eye gel. Now, I know that the Time Rewind eye gel that we came out with today is wonderful too, but this is such a dual product. This is not just for under eye treatment. This can be used on toothaches, on the outside of the jaw for toothaches. It can be used for ear aches, around the ear, headaches. This is wonderful for headaches. So this product is so multi-purpose that I want them to experience this at the show for something. Like even if they don't have puffy eyes or think they don't need it, well, do you have a headache? I use this in conjunction with the headache and the magnesium lotion. I mix it all up in a palm blend and they just slap it on everywhere.
Does it do anything for vertigo? Does it help,
Nancy would be the one to ask about that because I know that she had some issues with vertigo. I've never had any issues with it, but try it. I would be, if you find that out, let us know in the consultant community because that'd be a good thing to know. Yeah, me too. So somebody who has vertigo, if you can try this and let us know.
It's also good if you have rings that are too tight on your fingers.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. See, just multi-purpose.
I have a white wedding band. And I can't usually wear it in the summertime because of that.
Yeah.
So when it gets to the point where I can't get it off, I have to get out my caffeine gel.
Okay, well that's good to know. Why does my timer say? I still have a lot of time. I don't know what my timer did. Okay, so I was panicking. It said 2 minutes. I was like, ugh. Okay. So so that's basically where I would stop with the face care show. Some people will because then from there I obviously want to book a mineral makeup show off of that. That's just the perfect end to book a mineral makeup show. So a lot of times I will try to, go into and sprinkle some seeds about, doing a mineral makeup show. Somebody will always interject about how they do not like mineral makeup. It is going to happen. There will be one person at each show that will say, oh, I don't like mineral makeup. Mineral makeup doesn't look good on me. And I will say, I tell you what, because what you will do, you'll have, this is what I set up at every show. Okay, I don't set up the entire makeup, but I will set out the tinted moisturizer and the powder and the mascara at the very least, just so they can see. And everybody loves bags. We are bag ladies. And so if they see that bag, it's gonna tempt them to want to book a show just to get that bag. It really is. You don't know how many people I have heard, I want that bag. That's the cutest bag, but I'm not gonna pay that much money for that bag. Okay, so book a show and you can get that bag for half price. So I always set the bag out. I always set the kabuki brush, the tinted moisturizer, and the mineral powder out, and the mascara. And then I pass around the kabuki brush because it grabs people every time because it feels so good. And so I know, I love this. I love it. Love this, yeah. So when people say, I don't like mineral makeup, I'll say, well, what don't you like about mineral makeup? And they'll say, oh, I've used a tinted moisturizer that just looked terrible on me. It was splotchy or it was whatever. And I'll say, you know what? If I blindfolded you and I put our tinted moisturizer on one side of your face and the regular moisturizer on the other side of your face, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And they were like, oh no, I would be able to tell the difference. It feels cakey. And it feels like it's smothering my face. And I'll say, okay, well, let me just, this is not going to be your color to match. We're not going to color match here tonight. But let me just give you a little squirt of that so you can experience that. And every time somebody will book a show, it will happen. So don't lead into that. I mean, don't offer that right off the bat. But if somebody does say that, say, here, you know what? Let's just give you a little squirt of that. And just let them, you know, and somebody will book a show off of that. It's a good end. Okay, so basically we're done with the face care form. That was really not part of my training, but we'll go on to the next part of my training. So mineral makeup. Go ahead.
You say when you do a mineral show, what do you start with on their face?
Okay, well,
You can't do that whole thing.
no, you can't do that whole thing. We do the hand spa, and then at the sink, I have them gentle cleanser at the sink. I don't worry about doing the complexion bar. I only bring the gentle cleanser. So while they're at the sink, after they do their hand spa, they gentle cleanser. They have to start with a clean palette. So they gentle cleanser, they go back to their seats. I do spritz them with the toner mist, and I do let them experience the age-defying serum because it's a great primer, and almost every time somebody will buy the age-defying serum with the mineral makeup because it's a good makeup primer. So that's kind of my flow to the intro on the makeup shows. 4 mineral makeup shows. A paper plate, just to put your minerals on. Paper plate. I used to buy these little things at Walmart that are in the arts and crafts section, and we do have the mineral mates, I think still. We may have a few. These are so hard to clean, and it's just one more thing you got to do when you get home. You can use these. Some people just don't like anything to be touching or mixing, but paper plates are great, and you can get them at the dollar store. Brushes, again, at the dollar store. But we do also have the fan brushes, I think, still. Does she still have the fan brushes? Yeah. So you can purchase those in your products and sales tools as well. Mascara wands and lip applicators. You guys want those. Sometimes they have those at the dollar store, but obviously we do have those in our products and sales tool. Hair bands. You guys definitely want a hairband, and then a mirror. One thing that I will say, give me just a second because I'll lose this thought. If you can find a lighted mirror somewhere to have at your, just one, you just need one, but put it in a designated area because some people's houses are just not lit properly enough so that when they are either applying the makeup or after they get done applying the makeup, they can get a true feel for what their makeup looks like. If you're in a dimly lit room and the lighting is just not good, it's going to be really difficult for them to tell. They're going to look in the mirror and they're going to go, ew, I don't look good. You know, I don't want this stuff. But if you have a mirror that they can go to and they can just, you know, review their makeup after they're done or to see if a color really matches really well, that's always a good thing. I think they're $19 or so. I found mine for like $19. It's a natural sunlight mirror, and you can just, plug it in somewhere in the central part of the room. So, okay.
I found a company online when I was looking for different things, brushes and
Uh-huh.
things that could be either disposable or cleanable. And I found one called Cosmetics. It starts with a Q,
Oh, okay.
and it's dirt cheap.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Money
Good to know.
on wands and the applicators.
Uh-huh.
And even those little tubs that you want to give somebody a sample of.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so cheap.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Okay, so lip applicators, hair bands, and portable mirrors. Okay, so again, we've just toner misted, and then we go straight into the tinted moisturizer. Now, I'm going to go back to the training here because she did give me a couple of tips that I really didn't know, so we'll go ahead and go through that. Now that we have a clean, buff, moisturized palette, we can do our minerals. Brushes. At home, if you guys are not cleaning your brushes weekly and letting them dry overnight, and then trying to use the brush cleaner at least once a day after you use your brushes, you have to do that. That bacteria builds up in those brushes so quickly. And if you have somebody who has a face care issue, that is the number one thing you need to address with them from the get-go. What brush are you cleaning your brushes? Because if there's bacteria buildup in there, they're going to have face care issues. Uh-huh.
I think we don't have to brush it anymore.
Oh, we did? Okay.
So use your toner mist 'cause it's got
Yeah. Yeah. It's just going to leave it wet, but if you're not, if you have time to let it dry, it's fine. So, yeah, it's got the witch hazel in it, so it would kill.
Use your gentle cleanser as well, just put a little small dab.
And that's what I clean my brushes with weekly, but she's saying daily if you just wanted, to do it daily. I think the witch hazel would probably serve as the same thing. Yeah. Always do the concealer first. I skip this a lot of times at my shows because I'm not a concealer person. And so sometimes I just forget and I don't do the concealer. Now, if you don't have a concealer, you can actually take your concealer brush and you can have somebody just make a little wet spot on their plates or just kind of get they're not going to have a concealer brush at your show. But this is what I tell them how to do a concealer if they don't want to purchase the concealer on their own. But a concealer is really good for different things. But if you just wet the concealer brush, dab it just a little bit in your powder, and I use the back of my hand as the palette, and I just kind of, draw it out. You can use that as a concealer if you don't have a concealer or if you don't have one at your shows to use. You can definitely do that at your show. So use the concealer first, contour around lips, down nose, and any dark spots, and blend, blend, blend. Apply the concealer with the concealer brush. Then you use the tinted moisturizer. She said that you can apply that with the concealer brush, just have a different concealer brush to apply that with, or the kabuki brush. We've kind of been taught that you can use the kabuki brush as well. Apply in downward strokes, so you lay down the fine hairs and not stand them up. If you have a lot of sunspots, redness, or uneven skin tone, you can actually go with a slightly darker tinted moisturizer to even out those skin tones, cover up any of those dark spots, and then come back with your powder to actually match the color of your skin. You don't have to use the same. You don't have to use the same number. Like if you're using a 3 on your powder, you do not have to use a 3 for your tinted moisturizer. I always tell people to apply first on the right side of their face with one color. When they apply that tinted moisturizer, I only want you to put it on the right side of your face first because we need to color match you. So apply on the right side of your face, then we look around at each other and we say, what do you think about Susie? What do you think about, Pat? What do you think about, So, we all kind of make a decision. Okay, yeah, that one looks pretty good. Her skin tone looks very even. She doesn't have any blemishes on that side. And then we go from there. Okay, does that match the skin tone? And the whole time they're writing things on their little card. Okay.
What's the advantage to using a brush using your fingers?
I don't know because I use my fingers.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking because that's how I do.
Yeah, bacteria is the biggest thing, I think, in that. I've tried it. I don't like it. It's one more step I got to do. It's another brush I got to get out. I'm sorry, I have 3 kids. I'm in a hurry. I got to go.
If you use the kabuki brush, okay, because I'm asking,
Uh-huh.
if I use the brush, do I squirt the tinted
I
moisturizer?
usually do, I use a stippling brush because I have a lot of rosacea that I want to cover up on my cheeks. So I use a stippling brush.
Okay, so would that be close to a concealer brush? Because this is stiff.
It's got an angle.
Okay, so it'd be more like our Gengler. So it's not light like this then? Okay.
I use first in my palm, and then I just do like this, and I use my palm to fill
If
my
I'm
brush.
gonna train, I gotta know how to do this because I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Truly at shows, you're not going to have a brush for them to apply with. They're going to have to apply with their fingers anyway. Or the throwaway sponges, yeah. Guys, listen, at your shows, you're going to have to adapt. And with Google, honestly, they can Google how to apply tinted moisturizer, how to apply eyeshadow with a smoky eye. They don't need you for that.
YouTube has that too.
YouTube has that. Just Google it and find out a method that they tell them. You can Google this to find out a method for you. This is more about trying our mineral makeup and falling in love with it. Okay? I mean, it is. It's not about, you know, it's really not about the artistry of applying makeup. That's not what we're here for. We're here for them to have healthy makeup. And so you're just introducing them to that. If they want, you know, and you can give them a little tips card if you want. I mean, but anybody can find anything on Google anymore, you know. So always do concealer first. Contour around lips, down nose, dark spots, blend. Apply the concealer with the concealer brush. Apply to, I already went over that, I'm sorry. Okay, I went over that. Blend around the hairline and the jawline and the chin area. And if you don't have a white colored blouse on, you can blend down into the neck a bit. Been there, done that. It's not fun. Our mineral makeup definitely sticks to white. And you don't know how many times that I've done that and I've worn a white collared shirt, even down here, and just, you know, look down or something and I go, ooh, I get home and I go, ooh. Okay, so then you're gonna use the kabuki brush to apply your mineral powder. You're gonna tap out, okay, there's 2 ways to do this. On the mineral powder, if you guys wanna tap it into your lid to get it in there, load your brush up, and I'm not a sparkle girl, so I take my kabuki brush. I don't like sparkles, but our makeup is 100% mineral, so it's sparkly. But I don't like that, and so you can actually crush the minerals out of, crush the sparkle out of the minerals. Hold your kabuki brush really, really tight, and just crush it down into your lid as hard as you can, and just for a few seconds, just really rub it and rub it and rub it, and then it won't be sparkly anymore. So I love that, and then a lot of people say you can tap it off of your brush. I make a mess when I do that. Powder goes everywhere when I do that. So I take it, I load it up in my brush, and I go like this. I turn it upside down, and I tap it down into the brush just like our old to-go brushes that we used to have. And then when I get ready to apply it, I just hold my hair back, and I start going like this, and I do it upside down, and I'll start kind of tapping it like this to get it to fall out a little bit more so I don't have to reload it. So you can do it either way. Uh-huh. Oh, in a plastic bag? I may have to start carrying bags with me. They'll call me the bag lady even more.
Because sometimes as you age, you know, the powder gets into your creases.
Yes.
Did she talk to you about what she does?
No, but I can tell you what I tell people whenever they, what I have found and what I have found on my guests is to apply the mineral powder first to kind of fill in those little cracks and crevices. And then apply the mineral powder over the top of that, and then follow up with the mineral powder again at the end. That helps a bunch.
Say this again, you said 3 mineral.
The veil.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mineral veil. I'm so sorry. Mineral veil. As soon as you apply your tinted moisturizer, you're going to apply the mineral veil. If people are concerned with it settling into the cracks, I've had a lot of people at my shows say, I don't like mineral makeup because it settles into my cracks. So if they apply the mineral veil, yes. And then your mineral powder. Well, not the mineral veil yet. I'm talking about, you can still use the mineral veil as a finishing powder at the very end, even though you've used it before your mineral powder.
So for the people that talk about.
Yes.
Veil?
No, veil, powder, then blush, then eyeshadow, then as a finishing powder, the veil again. But go ahead.
It's funny because I've been doing this for a long time, but I haven't told anybody. And they said that she was doing it, and I thought, so that was kind of funny. But I do my tinted moisturizer, and I just kind of blot it on, and then I take my, I just kind of do this.
Yeah.
Then I take my kabuki brush, and I put my kabuki brush in the powder, and then I take the powder and I blend the tinted moisturizer and the powder, and it makes it a little heavier, and that's how I do it.
Okay, yeah, or
That's what I do. So it just makes it a little heavier, and you have a little bit of powder, but you're not having, and then I make very, very, very lightly,
so I wonder if you could just put like a tiny squirt of the tinted moisturizer in the lid of your powder lid, and then kind of mix it all together to get it more pasty before you even put it on. Would that work or not?
I don't know. That's just how I do mine. Just because I like it seems like I don't mess up my brush when I just do the powder and I do it real quickly.
Okay. Okay, so see there? Good tip.
It's a little heavier.
Yeah. Okay. It what? Concealer, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine it would probably even out your skin tone a little bit more. Yeah, so 18 after? Okay, I'm going to have to wrap it up here. So starting at the corner of the forehead, begin swirling around the entire face and under chin, blend if needed. Apply blush with the angled brush. From the apple of the cheek up to the corner of the eyebrow area, blend if needed. Eyes, again, they can Google how to apply that. But the general rule is to use 3 colors, the light, a medium, and a darker color. Lighter in the corner of the eye and under the brow. This kind of pops the eye. Medium in a V shape on the outside of your lid. The V being the very corner of your eye, kind of, down on the lid and then in the crease. And then darker on the edge and then the corner just to kind of fill in, and then you can blend into the crease.
One of my problems, I have with eyeshadow, and maybe I'm just using too much, but my eyeshadow seems like it cakes.
Probably you need to use a concealer. We don't have the primer anymore, but a concealer or a primer to go over your eyelid before you apply your eyeshadow is always a really good thing. Because Nicole and I have the same trouble. We're very oily. Our eyelids stay really oily. And so we have to apply something over the lid before we apply our eyeshadow. So, eyebrows. Okay, she gave me a really good tip on eyebrows because I have never done my eyebrows. I don't do my eyebrows. And she said that's the most important thing. She said if you don't put anything else on, you have to put your eyebrows on. I'm like, no, I have to put mascara on. So she said, don't forget to color in your eyebrows. This is for everyone. Unkept brows do not look good. And this was her tip. You can go lightly over your brows with the chestnut brown or the black eyeshadow, and then take a disposable mascara wand and brush through the brows to accent. She said that's the most important tip that she was going to give me the whole day. Do what? It's on here, but can go lightly over the brows with a chestnut brown or black eyeshadow, and then take a disposable mascara brush and comb it through your brows. Said it feathers it, and it just shapes them, and she said it's the most wonderful thing ever. Now, we are going to, I'm speaking at the camera because I know Nancy will watch this at some point. We are going to ask for an eyebrow pencil, right? Yes. With a little disposable little mascara wand on the end of it already built in so that we don't have to do the other. So we're asking for that, Nancy. Eyeliner. Either you can use the eyeliner brush wet or dry. This is kind of our old method before we came out with the shea butter based eyeliner. So you can either do that or you can use the regular eyeliner that we have. Outline the eye from the outside crease and make the line as close possible to your eyelashes as you can. Then do the bottom lid, and then you can either blend or leave it as a very crisp line. Mascara, never keep mascara over 6 to 8 weeks for bacterial purposes. She said don't ever take the wand and like keep going, because she said that just gets air in there and it dries it out. And it puts bacteria in. Apply all parts on all parts of lashes at least 3 times in upward sweeps for the top lashes and lower or shimmy for lower lashes. Lips, do what?
Mascara on, bring the end closest to your finger
Uh-huh.
up at an angle,
Up at an angle,
and it'll pull your lashes.
up and higher.
Lashes aren't doing this, they're doing this.
Okay, yeah, to make them look longer.
Kind of a up motion.
This.
As you're bringing the mascara on up, kind of tip it.
Tip it this way.
45-degree angle.
Okay.
Bring the lashes from kind of looking like this to coming forward and up.
Okay, good tip. See, I love this. I'm learning so much. Okay, lips. She said to put a primer or a concealer on the lips first. Then she said to take the lip liner and fill the whole lip in. She said don't just line the lips with it. She said fill it all the way in with the lip liner, not just on the outside. Then lip butter over that. And she said for a great finish, if you want to do the gloss, she said don't gloss over all of the lips, only right here and right here. I didn't know that. Just right down the middle, right on the top, right on the bottom, just very lightly, right on the, and she said that just accentuates the lips just beautifully. I'm like, cool. Now, yeah, and I left here literally like I left my house like almost right after I got home and typed this up for you all after I met her. So I have not had time to do some of these things, but I can't wait to go home and try some of this stuff. I'm really excited. So she says this will keep your color on longer. Finish with the mineral veil with the large powder brush, which I don't have. And you don't need much of the mineral veil. Definitely tap that out. Don't tap it down into your brush. And dust very lightly. It helps to set your powder. It helps to, if you tend to have oily skin, it tends to kind of cut down on the oils in your skin. And then it does fill in the wrinkles just a little bit more. And then you can also spritz the toner mist to set your makeup a little bit longer for the day. Okay, so that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Donnie.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't want your ticket.
I just wanted to ask, how do you handle if you see someone or you know someone has a teenager that has a noticeable problem?
How do you approach that?
You don't say, hey, you need this. Do you wait for everyone to ask you?
No, I will go up to people.
I solicited advice when I was a teenager, and I did just
I go up to people in stores. Okay? And I am not at all degrading to them, but there is a way that you can introduce to them, because think of how that person feels, and if you have a service that you can give to them, think of how that works. So I will go up to somebody and I'll say, I can't help but notice that you've got some acne spots on your face. I'm actually a skincare expert, and we do have some really affordable, healthy products that might do wonders. Very, very simple steps. 1, 2, 3. Not 6 or 7 steps. Won't dry your skin out. But here's my card. And if I have a catalog, I will definitely give them a catalog. If I have samples, I will throw together samples. A lot of times I just have them in little baggies already, and I will give it to them, and I'll say, it's as simple as this. If you have any questions, please don't mind me being forward with you. But if you have any questions or anything, you can just give me a call anytime. And I will even say, it's really helped my 16-year-old son. I'll give a short little testimonial or something for people. So. Anybody else? Okay, if not, we're going to wrap it up. So, the non-makeup artist here. I hope you guys. Again, it is not rocket science, but I'm not a makeup artist, so I hope you guys did learn a little bit. You're welcome.